So welcome back. I want to get my homepage looking a bit more like this, with our best-selling flowers across this area and just a row of products. I had previously made the homepage look like this, but this can be our about page. So let's open up Visual Studio Code and get to work. So here's my Visual Studio Code and the about page that I previously, the homepage I previously worked on, but I'm going to change this to the about page. So about 7 Springs flower shop, and then you can have your about text in here. You can break your lines with the BR tag, so just write a couple of paragraphs and you can keep your video. So let me go to the about. Oh, it looks like I have a main section that is not opened, so let's do that. So I should have opened this main to indicate that's the main area of the site and closed it. So let me take this main and this 2 column 1 row out of here. I'll open up my about page, and if you remember, I had just copied the kind of columns there, so I'm just going to overwrite all of those products in that page, and also this row. So just make sure you don't overwrite your nav, and let's have a look. Has the about page changed? So here's my about code, my paragraph, and here is my about page. That's what I want, and a video here. But I want to change this footer. So I need to change the style of this. I want it to be the same color as this nav bar area, and I want to put in a copyright symbol as well. So how do I go about that? We'll head back over to Visual Studio Code. And I'll open up my my CSS file, and let me have a look here. It is this background color that I need, and I'll go search for footer. Control F and type footer, and I'm going to make the background color that green. So let's have a look. Has it changed? It has changed, but our problem is the footer font is now that dark gray color. We don't want that, so I need to target that font itself. So I could target the entire footer and say that I want the color of all text to be white. Has that worked? It has, yeah. Oh no, that hasn't worked. Let's have a look. Maybe no, that hasn't worked. So maybe I need to actually target the paragraph in the footer itself. Let's have a look. Footer P and change it to white. Yep, now it has targeted any paragraph within the footer. Do I want it to be bold? So I could apply a font weight. Say 500, and yeah, that has made the text bold. So let's go and change the text in the footer. So I'll go to the about page, and I'm not going to just say footer. What I want to do is put in the copyright symbol here. So it's just another symbol, and to do that we have to say and copy and semicolon, and that will give us the copyright symbol. So these are HTML, what are called HTML entity codes. Now you can go off to Google and look for HTML entity codes, HTML entity codes, or symbol codes, or character codes. Character codes. might be a better one. And you'll see here, and you've got a number of websites that will give them to you, different charts, and you've got a lot of different symbols that you can work with in HTML, and you need to use, for your HTML to be valid, you need to use the HTML entity code. A good one is this website called Top Total. I'll put that in the description. So say for example we wanted the trademark instead. What we need to do is get and trade and put that into our paragraph. So I'll just take the copyright in there, and I'll just say 7 Springs Flower Shop. Save that, Control S. Let's look. Yeah, see, I have the copyright code and the trademark symbol. So I'll take out the trademark symbol. So I'll get rid of that. All right. So back here on index, we don't want that to be looking like the about page. So let's start with just a simple row. Let me begin with that. So I want a row, and in the row I want 3 columns. So 3 divs. Okay. I have 3 columns. Okay. There's going to be 3 products lined up in a row. So what class do these have to take? So class equal to, column, to make it a column. And I'll do that for each one. Class column. But remember that we center lined everything inside our column for products. So I'll tag on the class products onto this div. Right. So we have our first column set up. So let's just give these a bit of space. Now I want to put in our product title. So H2, and that'll be my product title. And then maybe some small product description. All right. And then maybe a price under this. So let's just within the product description, I'll put a break. And I'll say strong price. And remember, use that entity symbol again, euro. Say it's $9.99. And euro, semicolon here. Price $9.99. So there we have it. So we have paragraph with a price inside it. And we could also have an image inside this paragraph. So let's put an image in. So break this, because remember images are inline, so they'll end up appearing all on one line. So img, I'll just type img, press enter. Source. Now the only image I have so far is logo.png. Not very useful. I want a list of vases. So floral vase. Okay. Right. So I need to go off to and get an image. So I can go off to Google Images and do that. Let me see. I'll take this one. So I'll right click on this. Now just be careful that these aren't copyrighted if you're publishing, but if you're just doing this as an exercise, it's fine to take them directly off. So save image as. Need to go save that into my images folder of the folder I'm working on. So whatever folder you're working on, just save it in there. So I'm just going to save this as base1. Base1.jpg. Okay, so I'm going to save, and there you can see it appearing in my images. So back to index, I'm going to say images base 1. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. So what we can do is we can replicate all of this, title and paragraph, and I'll put it into my other columns. So I just paste it in, copied it and paste. And we go over to our browser and have a little look. I am on, nope, not on the home page. If I save this, index. Okay, so you'll see here that the image has broke out of our template. So we need to fix that. So back here in Visual Studio Code, a nice little trick how to solve that is to say image and then max width 100%. So what that means is that the maximum width will be 100% of its container. And so it shouldn't go beyond 100% of its container. So let's head over and have a look, see has that fixed itself, and it has. So we'll see here that the images are now 100% of the containers. Now that is not the best way to solve this. The best way would be to actually resize the image in a piece of image editing software to this size here, and then let it shrink according to that. But the beauty about it is it looks good on mobile on the breakpoint. You can see here. All right. The next thing I want to do is I want to add a link. I want to show you how to add a link onto that single product page that I'm going to design. So back to Visual Studio Code. If I go to index, so I'll show you how to do that. So I can wrap this image in an anchor tag. So an anchor to create a link, and I'm going to link off to single dash product, our single product template. Alright, and I'll take the closing anchor tag and I'll put it below the image, and between the image and the closing anchor tag I'll put some text. View product. Okay, something has gone wrong. Let's see, where has that gone? I forgot to close something. Yeah, I was playing with it here, so I'm just going to get rid of this. And there we go. Yeah, and that has fixed it. So I forgot the middle image. So all I need to do is just take this, put it below this break, and the same here. Put it just before the closing paragraph on this column. So I'm working within the columns. And I should have, yeah, 3 products. So that should now link off to this single product page, which I haven't styled up yet. And that is the next thing I want to show you how to do. Oh, I forgot to put the footer, to correct the footer. So I need to copy the footer from the about page or the home page, wherever I had fixed that, the about page, and copy that into each file for each of these templates. So here I am in the single product template, and I've noticed that my menu isn't set up correctly. So I'll go back over to my index page, and I know the menu is correct in there. So let me go get this div class menu, copy this across, single product, div class menu, paste over it. That should now be correct. That single product page should be linking off to all the other pages. So I'm going to take the 2-column layout from my about page for this single product page. It's how I want my single product page to look. And so what I'm going to do, get rid of all of this row just before this closing main. And I forgot to have an opening main. I need to do that here. This is the main part of my site. Okay. So this can be your again your product title. So I could change this to a H1. This is your product description, and this part on this second column is going to be your product image. So image source equals that images / phase1. Always make sure you have an alt floral vase, and we can also create a checkout button here, or add the cart button. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a moment. Okay, here on the single product page, what I've done is within the product paragraph, I've added a price and I've made it bold. And I've broken an anchor tag away from that and to go to the checkout, and I've added this class button, and you'll see why I've done that in just a moment. So let's have a look at what this looks like so far. Here we go, we've got a price and we've got add to cart. Now add to cart's not very interesting, but I have given it a class called button. And the reason I've done that is because I want to create, I want to make this anchor tag look like a button. And let me show you how you can do that. So if I go off to Google again and type in CSS Button Generator, you get this nice website called CSS3 Button Generator, and you can then generate buttons and it'll give you the CSS code. And here's the CSS code class button on button hover, and you can create buttons like this. So mine's going to be called add to cart. I can keep it on Arial if you want, or you can just leave it your default font color. I'll leave it on white. Font size, I'll leave it on 20. I might just yeah, I'll leave that alone. You could add a text shadow if you want. Box, so I like let's see, like give my box a shadow. Yes, blur. Let's give it a little shadow, maybe make it a little less, more subtle. Give it an X position. I don't know if you can see that. I see a little shadow. And let's see, border. I don't like the border radius of 28. I like mine to be around 6. Background. Now this is where I can use some of them oranges from my website. So I can go back to my website and pick out some of those colors. So I'll pick out some of the oranges. So let me go back to my color picker and I'll pick out an orange from here. Copy this, paste this in. Oops, that didn't work. I need to put the hash in. So let's see, that's that orange. And I'll paste it into the end color, and you see it'll be solid. Now, if I go in here and then just drag this over a bit, I can make it look like there's a gradient on the button, if that's an effect you want. It might look a bit dated at this point, but add in a little gradient. And what I can do on the hover is take these background colors, take the start color from the background, put it in as the end color here, and take this color and put it as the start color here. And what you'll see is the colors will flip, and you get this nice little hover effect. And then you can go and copy all this code for button. Now, what I might do is take out the font family. I might just leave that alone, don't need it. And I copy this, bring it over to my style sheet, simple layout, and let's see, where am I going to put it? Doesn't really matter where I put it. I will put it, I should really have all my classes together, just do that. So I put it in here. Now this might be overkill, you mightn't need these anymore, so go look that up. Are these actually needed? You may not need it. You may just need border radius. These are for Mozilla browser and WebKit. So the default border radius might just work now. So let's have a look. What does our button look like on our site? Did that work? I don't know. It did. Look it, here we go. Oh, I have a bit of a problem because when I hover over, it's going and the white color is disappearing. And I probably need to add some margin around that. So I'll add a margin to the top of this button. So let's see, margin top. Margin top. And we say 10px. And on the hover, I want the color to remain white. So let's see if I can just say color white, and will it remain white? FFF or white. Let's see if that fixes our problem. Yep, that fixes our problem. It didn't add a margin, so obviously I have done something incorrect. Oh, maybe the margin won't apply because it is an inline element. Let me get back to you on that. So I've done a little bit of CSS trickery on this button class. I said to display it as a block, which means the margin will apply. The text will align into the center, and I've given it a max width of 50%. You can play with the width. So maybe display block is okay. So let's have a look. And this is what it looks like. Now it looks like a nice button. The next thing I want to show you is how to create a carousel image for this image in the product. Okay, that's it for this part of the lesson. So now you have your home page set up, you have an about page set up with a video, and you should have a product template set up, and we're going to create a carousel effect on this product. Bye for now.